the Chase Thomas Podcast, for people who have nothing but time to kill.
Making a deep potential March run, we'll see. Deepest team they've ever had under Barnes. Tennessee baseball, which Tony Vitello just doesn't take a weekend off. He's just always recruiting. He's just like, I'm just going to continue being the Nick Saban of SEC baseball year over year. Like, I don't care. I'm going to have a top 24, a top class in 2024, and then I'm just going to stack it on a top class in 2025, and I'm just going to keep stacking. Like, I'm just going to build the Death Star juggernaut as things get built up on the left field side and the right field side, and all that's great. So we've got 5 great months looking ahead. 6 months, really, Ryan Schumpert. You know this. Like, it's everything school HQ. Like, a lot of winning is coming up for Tennessee football or Tennessee basketball and baseball. This all leads into a potential College World Series run, and then we get Nico hype videos of him leading the first team offense going into next summer. Ryan Schumpert, I was just thinking about that today of like how amazing the next year could be here in Knoxville, Tennessee, because we're looking at an all-time great run where Tennessee's going to go into next year with college football playoff expectations with a guy who can win the Heisman right out of the gate here as a sophomore in Nico Iamleava. We get that over a 1-year run. You kidding me? What a run.
She said, we're no more winning. We're tired of the winning. We can't do it anymore. Oh, man. Chase, one of the reasons I love you is the hyperbole you oftentimes speak in, and you hitting Tony Vitello as baseball Nick Saban before he's won a national championship straight into Nico as Heisman potential as a sophomore is special stuff. But no, I mean, I agree with your general point. I mean, Tennessee basketball should have a really good season. Tennessee baseball is going to be really good. I think it would, the expectation will be to make it to Omaha again. And in Tennessee football is certainly going to have a lot of questions to answer and a lot of guys to replace. But in this first year of new college football, you look around the country I guess I shouldn't say around the country. You look in the Big Ten and you look in the SEC at the good teams and you look at their schedules. Boy, does Tennessee have an easy one compared to most of them. I mean, it is a really, really favorable schedule. And here sitting way, way, way out from the season opener, Tennessee will be definitive favorites in 9 games. And then it's kind of like, can you beat Oklahoma or Georgia on the road / Alabama at home? Can you win one of those games? Because if you do that and then you don't slip up, you're going to be a college football playoff team. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. See, you're backing it up. I'm just telling you, folks.
No, I agree with your sentiment. There was just a couple of the things you said where, especially the Tony Vitello is Nick Saban of SEC baseball. Was a special comment.
I'm not kidding. Or if I had to do an emotional investment ranking for Vol fans, like to just like make sure you get the most bang for your buck in terms of emotional investment, your emotional investment should be number 1 with Tennessee baseball, and it shouldn't really be close. Like, that should be number 1. You get the most amount of games. You're building the stadium. You're basically getting in at the ground floor of what is turning into an increasingly bigger juggernaut year over year. This year, they're going to be the favorites along with LSU to win the SEC. It's really hard to go back-to-back winning the College World Series and running it back with this group. So we'll see. LSU will be really good, but Tennessee's going to go into it over the next couple of years, these classes and everything else. Like, you want to get on the ground floor. Like, Tennessee can win a College World Series in the next year or two. And they've gotten there 2 of the last 3. The year they didn't, they were the best team in college baseball, one of the best college baseball teams of all time. So that's just a really good spot to be in, and I just don't think it's going anywhere. In basketball, Barnes got an extension. He should be number 2, where it's just you look at the classes, Bishop Oswald coming into the fold, and we'll see who the next 5-star Barnes brings in over the next couple of years, because now you have that certainty that he's going to coach these kids. So I think that will help in terms of getting more guys to sign on to Tennessee, is just knowing that he's going to be the coach for a little bit longer there. And I mean, you look at the football front, we'll see, but that's a really good spot. If you're like, hey, this is good. We're in uncharted waters over the last 15 years. Like, just take it easy in terms of the football part of it, because it's been so bad for nearly 2 decades that just, hey, it's fun. You have the 5-star best quarterback in the class coming in next year. It's going to be fun. You want to make the playoff. I still think it's going to be extremely difficult to get through the Georgias and the Bamas and the Michigans and Ohio States of the world to win a national title. I think it's just the nature of the beast. There's just a lot of roadblocks that you got to look at. But I think in terms of those 3, I just think baseball should be in terms of emotional investment where it ruins your weekend in May and June. It should be baseball for you. Is that fair?
I think the sentiment is, I don't know about the emotional attachment of it, because you shouldn't be getting upset at some weekend in April.
Well, hold on.
One
my group
weekend on
chats.
its own.
Hold on. How the group chat goes,
You're
Ryan.
getting mad at weekends in February, and it's nonsense. I mean, you were ready to cancel the season after Tennessee lost to Grand Canyon. Tony Vitello, the man you've dubbed as the next Nick Saban, needed to walk back home from Arizona with some of the coaching decisions he was making. But from the sentiment that Tennessee, if you gave me who's winning a national championship next, Tennessee football, baseball, or basketball, or who has the most likely chance to win a national championship with the three coaches that are there right now, I'm no doubt taking Tennessee baseball and Tony Vitello. Like, that's no question to me. So I agree with that sentiment of it. The baseball season, college baseball season, is such a roller coaster, and in the same way that March Madness is like this too, where at the end of the day, what matters is how you're playing when the NCAA tournament rolls around. So the emotional side of it, football is always more, to me, makes more sense to be emotional and committed to it, because every game is so important in college football, and that'll go away a little bit with the 12-team playoff, but largely that'll stay the same, or at least more than it will in the basketball and baseball.
Yeah. Final thing here. Vols open up 2-point favorites at Mizzou. It started at +1 for the Vols at Mizzou, but it's already shifted to the Vols being favored. Sorry, what'd you say?
I said, wow. I saw when it opened out. I haven't seen that it had shifted to Tennessee being favored.
Yeah, it shifted on Circa Sports to Tennessee -2. But I think it's going to keep moving around the rest of this week. But I mean, I think that's also just one of those where Tennessee, I think, lucked out in the biggest way. And I think I talked to Grant about this a couple days ago. I wanted to get your perspective on it. I think Tennessee lucked out getting Mizzou when they did, kind of like when they got A&M at home after A&M has this big emotional physical game against Alabama. They're banged up, and then they have to get up off the mat against a completely different kind of team in Tennessee right out of the gate. And I think that's